Our next guest is an artist whose story is every bit as inspiring as her music, from overcoming incredible challenges to building a career that is capturing audiences around the world. She's proven that resilience and determination can be just as powerful as talent. Please welcome SHAB. SHAB, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. It's a beautiful day here in Dallas, Texas, and sending my love from this side of the world.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We're in Amsterdam, by the way. So just like we are like in the other side of the world.
There every year, around February, and we usually meet with. I don't know if you know Alan Roxton, but I've done 3 songs with him. You should
Oh,
check
really?
him out. He lives in Amsterdam too. His name is Valentine, and his artist name is Avalon. So it's Avalon Roxton. So definitely check him out. He's
That's
great.
of course, we will, we will. Let's start with your brand new single, Perfume, that we absolutely love. It's stylish, confident, and incredibly catchy. What was the very first idea that sparked this song?
I think, during the incredible songwriting session with Bonnie McKee and Jay Hart and Damon, myself, we just came up with this like idea. Why not perfume? And I think perfume itself, like if it's like a scent when you leave behind, it's like you're leaving behind this invisible energy. I always talk about that. It's the celebration of confidence and the invisible energy we leave behind. And I wanted it to be something with pop, Middle Eastern beat. I wanted just to be a different sound that I have heard before, and something less mainstream but different, where people hear, they're like, "Ooh, what is that?" Because usually when I hear stuff, it's not the words that get me; it's the beat at first.
Yeah.
And I sort of wet to the beat, and then I want to learn the lyrics, or I want to see what the lyrics are like.
Yeah, I mean, you just mentioned then right now that obviously you co-wrote Perfume with Bonnie McKee, Jay Hart, and obviously as well you worked with longtime producer Damon Sharp. And I feel like I just want to ask you, what was the writing process of this song, and what did each of them bring to the track?
That's a really good question. I think just writing these songs, I felt like I was in a master class every day. I mean, these guys been in the industry for so many years, and it was just such an honor to be with these incredible songwriters. I've had so many hit songs. Bonnie has written all of Katy Perry's hit songs. I mean, everything you hear that really started blowing up for Katy Perry, it was that secret sauce, of course, Bonnie. And having a woman in the mix, I think it's really important as a songwriter too, and having our guy songwriter, because they sort of bring something to the table, that mystique and interest. But we wrote three songs together. So the Perfume is out. I think the next song I just did a music video for. It's in LA. It's called Best of All Times, and everyone. I think people are gonna like that. It's Perfume is great, but I feel like Best of All Time. It's, if you know that song Anxiety, it's sort of like anti-anxiety, and it's like, okay, what do we do now after we heard Anxiety? That song Anxiety. I
Yeah.
have a remedy for it, and it's called
Uh-huh.
Best of All Time.
Yeah, that's all time. That is going to be the next single, right?
Yes, it's the next single coming in August, end of August, the music video, everything coming out. And then after that, there's another one we did. It's called Catch Me If You Can. And I'm recording the music video and at the end of August. So I have one coming out of August, and I'm working on the video for the August. I mean, all the songs been written. We wrote them like 3 months ago, but we're just kind of like doing the music video for them.
And let me ask you one question that is just like all of the script, just because I think like what you just mentioned right now, like it's very interesting. What in these three songs are they like very different from each other, or like do you think that they're like similar?
They're all similar.
Yeah.
That's the catch, because we're thinking with my background, heritage being Persian, and I thought about, okay, why not sort of bring that out for each song that we do? So everything I want to do, I want to kind of put a flair of like that ethnicity in there, but still very poppy. It's still very dancey, but I just wanted to kind of put a little bit of flavor of that on there.
Oh yeah, amazing, amazing. Let's talk about Perfume one more time. One of my favorite things about the song, I think, is the attitude. What does Perfume represent you personally?
You know, I always talk about confidence and like the mystery we live behind, the invisible energy that we leave behind when we walk in a room, and it's about I think at the end of the day, it's beauty is confidence, right? And it's how you carry yourself, and your kindness, the love you share in your heart, and also being confident of who you are, not necessarily someone tells you you're beautiful. That's a nice compliment. That's amazing. But when you walk in a room and the whole energy of the room shifts, you know that you've done something right. And people are like, oh my God, I love the scent, what you're wearing. It's not too overpowering, not too much, because too much is not good. You just want to put just enough where it's not overwhelming, but just a fresh scent. And I think perfume, it's really just about that invisible energy we leave behind long after we're gone. And even when you smell something, and 3 years ago you walk by somewhere, you're like, oh my God, I remember this scent. And even our exes or things, like we smell something they we're like, oh
Yeah.
no, like I don't want to smell that. So because perfume or scents are just so powerful in our makeup, in our DNA, and that just makes such a difference in our lives. I feel like scent is so powerful. It's one of the
Yeah.
senses, so.
No, of course, of course. Looking back, let's get back to last year for a minute, because I want to talk about your debut album, One Suitcase,
Sure.
that it was released last year. What that album means to you as an artist, as a person?
I was born in the revolution, and it was just like very religious and extremist, and my family's not like that. We just love everyone, and we love God, and it's like, but I think One Suitcase is really about womanhood. It's about liberty. It's about freedom. It's about love. And when I was trying to put this album together, One Suitcase tells a story. And the first song of the album, it's called oh, it's like top of my tongue. Now I can think of it. It's just starts from like the first song to the last song, so you have to sort of like listen to it in order. And so I feel like this my second album, I really grew a lot, and I feel like as an artist, you just keep growing and evolving. And I think, I it helped me heal parts of me too, as a person. And alchemy, yeah, the first one was called Alchemy. Sort of like alchemizing any situation into, um, into something positive.
Yeah.
How can you take this news and say, well, there's something positive to it, and so or turning, I don't know, metal into gold. If I won't go that far. But it's just, the first song tells it all, which is alchemy, is transformation. And I think as humans, we're constantly evolving and transforming and becoming the best versions of ourselves, hopefully.
Yeah.
And I think that's very powerful. And
Yeah. Now I want to ask you, why was so important to you to donate the profits of the album to One Suitcase to Choose Love, the charity?
I really love what they stand us for, and I love the name. It's like it reminds us to choose love every day through any situation or hardship. And my husband and I were both super charitable. We also have a charity here called Hope Supply for homeless moms and children. And he's my business partner. Of course, I have to talk to him, but this time it was his idea. He said, "Would that be okay?" And I said, "Are you kidding me? That would be amazing. I would be more than happy to give back in any way I can." And that's why we were just really pushing to promote it, so we can try to sell as many as copies. And, hopefully that money, it's going to and the money is of course going to Choose Love. And so I think that was really our thinking, to help others. Just the way I was able to be where I am today in my life, living, my American dream, and to sort of like shed light on the subject and help people find their light or inner voice, in a sense.
Yeah. Do fashion, music, and philanthropy inspire you like every day in your creative life?
Definitely. I think fashion is women in Iran don't have that. So I think it's such a privilege to be able to express yourself in a way where you can dress however you want. And it's a beautiful thing. And, we shouldn't take things lightly, because for me, fashion is everything. It's life. And it makes you feel good. You get up and you put something really pretty on. You look at yourself. You're like, oh my God, I feel good today.
Yeah.
Just a piece of clothing can make such a big difference, or a little bit of mascara and lipstick. I'm not into like a lot of makeup, but I like to protect my skin, but at the same time, it's just nice. And I think so. It was fashion, music. What else did you say? Sorry, I'm just trying to get
Philanthropy.
philanthropy. Philanthropy is very important. I feel like when God puts you in a position in life,
Yeah.
very important to give back, because I know what it feels like not to have those things, and it's not even that. Even if my family had money, then their revolution came, we lost it all. They took everything from us. And I feel like it is as humanity, it is our duty to give back. And I always say, let my blessings bless others. Or for me, it's like about changing lives and adding value. So it was never about fame. First of all, it was about community. It was about connection. It was about really just having my voice heard, because I've been through so much in my life. And there's half the stories I haven't even told yet. There's so much to be unfold yet in my story, and things that I haven't even shared with people about how I even got here. And there's so much more to it, and the pain and the suffering. I just want to tell them, hey, you know what? If I got through it, you can get through it. And I believe in you. And I think it's just really sharing our stories and giving each other strength. And not only strength, but also confidence and belief, right? It starts and ends with belief and hope. Hope is just so important.
That's very empowerment and powerful, right?
Thank you. Yes, it is.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. When you create a song, do you always like picture the visuals of the song like first, or that normally comes after?
That's really okay. So I have to talk about Richie Jackson. Richie Jackson is my choreographer. He's also one of my really good friends that when I first started the industry, he said, a lot of people come to me and say, make me a good dancer. I want to be famous. You just came to me and said, let's just make really good music videos and have fun. And he's been with Lady Gaga for almost 15 years. And he's just the most beautiful person. I am so lucky to have this amazing team that I have. And, I think, again, going back to the choreography and the envisioning these things, that he's just so good at it. And I think for me, when I'm in the studio and thinking about these things, it's more about the movement, yes, but it's like, oh, this could be a beach song, or I can picture this to be somewhere else, or it's just really, at that time, it's just really coming up with the songs. And I imagine myself in the desert. What would it feel like if I'm like partying, in the middle of the desert with all these people, and what would that sound like or feel like as a woman if I want to dance to a song? What excites me? And I want that for my listener and for my fans.
Yeah, all right. By the way, I just want to have a special mention, because I feel like you recently released the beat mix of Perfume, right?
Oh yes, the mix is really good. The fans wanted it so much, and I always say my love letter to dance music. It's a love letter to dance music, and the remix is just really good because it's just a little faster. It's more clubby, obviously, not radio, but
Were you expecting, for example, to take all these tracks for example, Perfume and the ones that you are about to release right now into a live performances, live shows, any? I know that you haven't done a lot already, but I just want to ask you, is any plans for for the rest of 2026?
We're hoping. We have some things in work, and it's God's timing. I love performing live. The reason is because I love to connect with my fans, and I just want to see their faces, and I want to meet them afterward. I want to hear their story, and I just want to be able to connect and start a community so we can support each other through music, through charities, through community, whatever that looks like. And when we make these songs and we think of the choreography, we already putting that choreography into the live show. So we're already imagining those songs to be put in live shows. You understand what I'm saying? So this way, the song's already there and the choreography is already there into going into and performing it into live shows. And I have an amazing dancers and they are just wonderful. And I think when I'm already there and I need my 4 male dancers or whatever. So my girls have some eye candy to look at and vibe too. So, but yeah, it's really exciting, and we're definitely looking forward to doing some live shows for all of these 3 for sure.
Amazing. And obviously, I hope that you also as well do live shows over here in Europe. That would be amazing as well.
Actually, I toured with Anastasia in Europe. I toured with JLS. I was all UK though, but I did the Milky. Am I saying it right? The one in Amsterdam, Milk
Milkshake.
Milkshake. Yeah. I
Yeah,
performed there for
yeah.
with Anastasia when I was touring, and it was amazing. Again, these people were like a little bit different than my crowd, but my stuff is more dance music. But I feel like when I come back, I want to open for someone big, and just so people get to know who I really am, and just give them a really amazing show, and they just kind of blow their socks off. So
That is amazing. I just want to come back to what you just like mentioned before in the interview about the songs that you're about. I mean, the Perfume, and obviously as well the two songs that you're about. The one that is comes out at the end of August, as you mentioned,
best
right?
of all times. Yeah, it's coming
Yeah,
out like third week of August.
right. It was like any reason why, like, because I can imagine that like it's three songs that like you're about to release. Is any reason why Perfume comes out first?
I
Come
thought
out first?
Perfume was kind of like had the summer feel, hotter than a desert. Even the lyrics kind of warm and inviting, and we thought it's great to open with Perfume just because it has kind of like the summer vibe. And I think Best of All Time also has a summer vibe, and it's kind of like a disco pop, Persian disco pop, and they're all in English, obviously, but it has like a disco pop, Persian disco pop. And I think the last one is more fall. I
Uh
just,
huh.
but I keep listening to the song. I feel like it comes out in fall, and that's why we put that at the end, which is Catch Me If You Can. And it's sort of like when you listen to that third song, you'll be like, you know what? This kind of reminds me a little bit of Katy Perry. I think out of all the songs I did with Bonnie McKee, the third and last one kind of has like that very you know um just the Katy Perry feel. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
big arena, very loud.
Is it Katy Perry vibe?
Yes, it's just big. It's like has an arena feel. Whenever I think like that song, I feel like Imagine Dragon, because I was like, gosh, I want to do something kind of like a dragon. Imagine Dragon, something big, to something that inspires or uplifts people, you know. And that's what we thought about when we did the last final song.
Oh, great!
Really?
That is fantastic. I just want to ask you one last question.
Cool.
If you want to collaborate with that one artist, like in the future, living or I mean, what will be your dream collaboration?
Well, I just been watching a lot of artists, and I think when I choose to collaborate with someone, I can feel their energy. I don't know why, but maybe I have
Hmm.
never met them before. But I can definitely say I just adore Dua Lipa, and I think she's just so wonderful, and she's
Yes.
family oriented like me, and so I think I could definitely see her. And as far as the US, I think like Miley Cyrus, so she's just her attitude. She just doesn't care. Like she's a go getter, and she's woman empowerment, and definitely those two. And yeah, let's see what happens. I feel like you never know. And
You never know what's gonna happen, right?
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Right, Shab, thank you so much for coming to the B Nation podcast. It's an absolutely pleasure to have you on the show. All the best with Perfume, and best of all time. That is the next single that is come out at the end of August.
That's
Honestly, we cannot wait. I follow you on Instagram, by the way, and I know that you were like shooting the music video recently, right?
yes.
Does it feel like the new song, the sequel to Perfume?
Um, best of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it's sort of like maybe I took my boys and we went to another venue. Like after
Yeah.
doing Perfume, we got dressed up and we went somewhere else. Kind of like you'll see when you see the music video, you're like, okay, this is cute, because
Oh,
I have this thing with the 8 guys, and I feel like this is just different than what I've done before, and everybody has girls dancing with them. So my team was like, okay, we got to make something different that
yeah.
we don't really seen out there. So this is kind of like, hey, you know what, guys? All right, tonight we're gonna go do this. So it's like, it is. I think like once you see it, you kind of say, okay, these are 4 boys are the same, and there's the 4 new ones, and so we're kind of like, hey, who wants to go out dancing tonight?
That is so exciting. We cannot wait, obviously, to see it.
Thank
Would you
you.
say that is that like out of your comfort area, like obviously because it's something different?
You know, not really. I grew up with a lot of brothers, and I had a lot of guy friends, and I adore my boys. They're just so sweet, and they're just like, Shabby, we love you. Love you. They're just a sweetheart. Like, they're all like amazing. And, I always say, we're so lucky to be doing this. Because at the end of the day, I'm helping them make their dreams come true because, we're all getting paid. We're making, it's like as artists or as dancers, and it's like we all have jobs. We're doing stuff. We're doing something in industry that we love. It's like another day at the office. And so we're making each other's dreams come true, I think, at the end of the
Yeah.
day. It's not like, well, I'm the only one that's winning, but we're all winning together. And that's my motto. And I'm all about sharing and giving credit where it deserves,
Of course, of course. Shab, thank you so much for coming to the B Nation podcast. It's an absolutely pleasure to have you on the show. All the best with Perfume. And what can I say? We are big fans over here. Thank you.
Thank you, Mickey. I appreciate it. Sending my love to all of you, B Nation, and love you all.